Good morning, RGS students. It's so great to be here today. It's kind of chilly. It's pretty cold this morning, actually. So it's a great day to draw a polar bear. Now, let's start off talking about what project we're on. We are on Project 10, the Endangered Polar Bear. We are going to review again. When we draw, we're going to draw with subject, background, and then details. We always want to use those ideas when we're drawing. And let's go over our vocab words. Now, our first word is texture, emphasis, contrast, endangered, and book discussion. Okay? These are vocab words, but sometimes they're also notes, okay, to help think about the progression of the project or how we're going to make it, okay? So texture, we're actually going to add implied texture for the polar bear's fur and the sky, snow in the sky. We're going to make it very bright and colorful. Now, emphasis. We're emphasizing the polar bear. He's in the front, he's big, he's emphasized. Contrast. We're showing contrast with the colors. We're using primary colors. Those are the brightest colors, red, blue, and yellow. Endangered. Now, some of you might even know that polar bears are very much endangered. The polar ice cap is shrinking and melting because of global warming. So they are actually losing their hunting environment. Polar bears hunt from the ice because their main source of food is a seal. So they have to be on the ice to look for the seals that are swimming and diving around in the water. So if they don't have the ice to walk out on, it's very hard for them to find their seals to eat. And book discussion. The book we're going to talk about today is called We Are Water Protectors. Okay? And it's written by Carol Lindstrom. The read aloud version of this book is on the slide. So make sure you listen to it. It's all about the Ojibwa tribe and how they look at water as just such a gift of life, and that we all need to work together to take care of that for survival. So, there's little things we can do too, like when we're brushing our teeth, we can turn the water off while we brush and then turn it back on to rinse. So that's one little thing that you yourself can do to help protect the water, okay? So, water protectors. Make sure you look at that. And the artist that we are talking about today is Ted Harrison. Now, Ted Harrison loves bright colors, and he actually grew up in Britain, but he traveled to Canada and loves the Yukon. The Yukon. So that's kind of the backwoods or wilderness area of Canada. So he loved seeing the polar bears, and he loves bright colors. So this is a fun picture. I love it. Ted Harrison also has illustrated some children's books, and I will put one of those on the slide too, because I think you would enjoy seeing how colorful some of his other artwork is. And his landscapes are so bright. They're just beautiful. Now, we are going to be making the polar bear. And you can use your imagination and think of these different bright layers. Maybe these are big glaciers in the background, and those are like ice mountains. Maybe the red are chunks of ice floating in the water. Maybe the yellow is the actual water. And then maybe the blue is an iceberg, or maybe even some land or rock. Okay? Now, the sky, we could pretend like that's the northern lights, or maybe it's snowing, which would be a good thing, right? That will keep it nice and cold up there in the Arctic. Now, I love this polar bear. He just looks calm, like he's gonna go looking for a seal. So boys and girls, we're going to start drawing in just a minute. What I want you to do is find a drawing paper that is white. So it's a piece of paper from your packet that's not as thick as the watercolor paper. So it's a little thinner, and I think you can tell the difference. If not, pull out a couple white pieces of paper and see if some feel thicker than others, because you have a combo in there of regular drawing paper and watercolor paper. Okay, so you need watercolor paper, you need your crayons, and your markers. That's it. Okay, I'll see you back here in a minute to draw the polar bear. All right. All right, my artists. I hope everybody's back with their paper. And I'm going to let you choose any color crayon you want to use to draw your polar bear. So I might choose blue. All right, we're going to start off. If you go to the center of your paper and then just make a little jump up, just like maybe an inch, I would like you to make an egg shape. Kind of looks like an egg shape, okay? That's going to be the nose and mouth of your polar bear. And now you're going to make a little circle on each side and color it in. Polar bear has very tiny, tiny little eyes. And then you can make an oval for his nose and color that in. And then you're going to make a little line down and then a small line out for his mouth. So his eyes, nose, and mouth. Now when you draw the polar bear's body, you're going to start from the bottom and think about making a big hill up and around the eyes. Just like that. Good. And then you can make his little arms. So you're going to come in, start in the middle, and they don't have to be exactly the same. He could be turned a little. Who knows? Okay, polar bears have big claws. So give him at least 4 nice big claws. And then he needs little polar bear ears, right? And then you can make a little opening on the inside and color it in. Good. Now you're going to make the texture, the fur texture. So using short lines, you're going to add a little bit of texture all around. Now the way I'm adding this texture, it's also like shading. It helps show that the polar bear is rounded. He is a 3D image. Even though we're not drawing him 3D, the texture helps imply that he is 3D. So all around the edge, you can add texture. Good. Oh, he's so cute. Such a cute little polar bear. You can bring it in a little bit. Yeah. Ah, he is a cutie. Now, polar bears' skin is actually black. Their skin is black and their fur is clear. Their skin is black to absorb the light, the heat from the sun. And their fur is clear and it's actually hollow, so it's like a straw. And the air in there warms up from the sun and the black skin, and that's what keeps the polar bear warm in those icy cold conditions. Sometimes I wish I had some of that clear fur to keep me warm. All right, now you can use the same crayon, the same color, and we're going to draw a landscape in the background. So I'm going to draw those layers just like I showed you in the example. Okay, I'm going to draw 3 layers, and then I'm going to draw what looks like might be ice mountains, or they can be glaciers. I'm going to make that one big like it's going off the page. Ooh, there we go. All right, now we're going to use our markers to color. So all you need is a red, a yellow, and a blue. Let me show you this one more time, okay? So red, yellow, and blue. Now, I'm going to start at the top. So with my red and my yellow, I'm going to add that texture. And like I said, it can represent the northern lights, or it can represent snow falling. A lot of snow, right? And now I'm going to add some yellow. All right, now boys and girls, with your red, yellow, and blue, you are going to color in the background, all right? So have a great time making this project, and I want to see them on Art Sonia, remember. I love seeing your artwork. All right, boys and girls, remember, it's a wonderful day to be creative. All right. Bye, boys and girls.